Hey everyone, Dan Central here. This is a video response to snestastic, who was asking everyone to get their PS1's out for the lads. He had the video inspired by sandamtod, who was asking people to get their different PS1 models out, see which ones we have. So yeah, this is a video response to snestastic to show you guys what PS1 I've got, and because I've only got the one, I'm also going to show, a bit like what X-File 2708 did, some of my favourite PS1 games as well. So I'll show you my PS1. This is mine. It's not in amazing condition. It's got a few kind of sticker marks and things on the lid, which isn't very nice, but it still works perfectly. Even though my brother dropped his dinner all over it a good few years ago. We just bought this, and my brother wanted to eat his dinner on a tray, and my mum said, "No, you're not having it on a tray. You can eat up at the table." And he moaned and moaned and moaned. She said, "Well, right, just eat it then on a tray, but don't spill it." Walked straight in, tripped over something, smashed his plate all over the PS1. It was the only console we sort of had at the time, apart from the Philips CDI. And I went crazy, and my mum said, "You're not firing that up now because it will explode, because all gravy went in it and it was disgusting." So that may even be gravy that's on there. It's gross. But one day when my mum was out, I snuck it back in from outside because she tried to throw it away, and plugged it all in, and it flipping worked. So that's really good. And when she came back, I said, "It's working," and in the end, she let me keep it since it worked. But it could have blown up, so I was really glad that it didn't. And this is the 9002 series. It doesn't have the bit at the back where the lid can lift up and you can play copied games on it and things like that. But no, this one doesn't have that port at the back, which doesn't really matter because I don't really need it, to be honest. But as I said, it works perfectly fine considering someone smashed their dinner on it. So that was pretty good. But yeah, that's my PS1, guys. It's not in great condition, but it still works fine. And it hasn't got its box either, because my mum threw it out when I was really young. Otherwise I would have kept it, which is a bit of a shame, but at least the PS1 works and everything, so there's that. And I'm just going to take you guys through some of my favourite PS1 games that I own. They're actually behind me, so just get a hold of them. There we go. Okay, guys, so the first game that I love playing on the PS1 that I'm going to show you is a game called Road Trip Vacation 2012. Some of you may have heard of this. It's an absolutely fantastic game. My uncle bought it and then didn't like it, so gave it to me. And it was just an absolutely brilliant game. You get to choose between loads of different vehicles that you want to drive, and then the idea is that you have weapons and stuff, and you have to destroy all the other vehicles throughout each level without getting killed yourself, and then you basically complete the level. And it's such a fun game. You can play two-player split screen, so I'm always playing this with my brother whenever we get a chance. It's just a fantastic PS1 game, really enjoyable. I definitely recommend it. Just try it and see what you think. It's got some quite funny characters as well that own the different vehicles. They've got an Elvis impersonator that drives one of them. So it's just a really good game, and I definitely recommend this one. Okay, guys, next game I'm going to mention is Heart of Darkness. Absolutely fantastic PS1 game. Really interesting one as well. You play a little kid and you have to run through various levels, jumping from platform to platform and swinging on ropes and things and trying not to fall in lava and water and stuff. And it's just a brilliant game. I really enjoy it. Yeah. It's quite hard, but a really good one. I'm still working for it at the moment whenever I get the PS1 out, because like X-File 2708, I like to play all my games on the PS1 as well. It just feels better if you're playing PS1 games on the proper PS1 console as opposed to playing them on the PS2. So, yeah, brilliant game. Give that one a try if you get a chance. Next one I'm going to show you guys is the classic game Theme Park World. Brilliant game. It was also, as everyone will know, available on the Mega Drive as well. Great game, based on Roller Coaster Tycoon. Similar concept. You own your own theme park, and you build your own rides, and you entice customers to come in and spend money, and you have to keep control of your finances and stuff. And then when you get a certain amount of money, you can buy more rides and stuff. You have to make sure you cater for their needs, so you make sure they're well fed. You've got enough drink stands, food stands, and toilets as well, and things like that. And they give you feedback as to what they think of the place. And a really cool idea: you can actually ride some of the rides yourself, which you can't do on Roller Coaster Tycoon. There's a camera angle where you can actually put yourself on the ride when you're testing it and ride it yourself, which I thought was a really awesome idea. So that's that. That's a really good game. Next one of my absolute favourite games, Mickey's Wild Adventure. Basically, it's basically Mickey Mania from the Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, and the Mega CD. But for some reason, they changed the title to Mickey's Wild Adventure. I don't know why they didn't just keep Mickey Mania, but yeah, although they changed the title, it's still exactly the same. Really good game. There's not much different as opposed to the Super Nintendo version. It's just basically the same. That's all it is really, just a remake. It's not anything that's, you know, anything different's been added or anything. But no, really good game though. I love this one. It's a fantastic one. So, but to be honest, if you've got it on the Super Nintendo, the Mega Drive, or the Mega CD, you don't really need to get it on the PS1 because it's basically just the same. It's just a PS1 version. Okay, the next one is in two parts because there's two games to it. Some of you guys may know of this game, but it's Pandemonium. So there's Pandemonium 1 and there's Pandemonium 2. In fact, I'll put it that way because there you go. Pandemonium 1, Pandemonium 2. Absolutely amazing game. I love this one. I used to play it for hours on end. The first one probably more than the second one. And basically, you've got the option of being a girl or a jester, and you have to run around 3D environments, dodging fire and jumping from platform to platform, and it's just fantastic. It's a side-scrolling game, but it's still in 3D. You'll know what I mean if you play the game. Like for example, on Sonic 1 on the Mega Drive, it's side-scrolling, but it's all in 2D. With this one, it's side-scrolling, completely side-scrolling, so you haven't got the freedom of running throughout a 3D environment or anything. It's completely side-scrolling, but it's in 3D as well. It's a brilliant idea that they did with that. Have to check it out for yourself, really. Look at some videos on YouTube or something. But these two games are just absolutely fantastic. For a PS1 games, they're brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And the last series I'm going to mention, which I couldn't go without mentioning, because it's just the best game, in my opinion, the best series, in my opinion, on the PS1. It's, of course, the legendary Crash Bandicoot. This game did also come in a bigger case where it opened out in opposite directions. It kind of pulled apart, but I've got the kind of single one. There's nothing extra with it. It just came in a different design case. But there's Crash Bandicoot 1, and then we've got Crash Bandicoot 2, which is a brilliant sequel to the game. And then we've got Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped, and it's just a fantastic third game to the series, really. And then we've got another game which I really enjoy playing called Crash Bash. Basically, you work either on your own or with a friend, and there's a series of different mini games that you go through, such as racing around tracks, throwing boxes at each other. You're on pogo sticks in some of the levels in order to try and make as many of the tiles on the floor your colour as possible, and whoever gets the biggest score wins. There's other ones where you're on polar bears and you have to smack into each other, make the others fall off the edge. It's just, there's something for everyone in this one. It's brilliant. It's a really good game. There's a level in this where you have to dodge balls from going through your goal, and it reminds you of the Mr. Mime mini game in Pokemon Stadium on the N64. So if you guys have ever played that mini game, basically that's what this one's reminds me of, because it's got a similar concept. But fantastic game nonetheless. And the last one I'm going to mention is, of course, couldn't go without mentioning this one, the legendary Crash Team Racing. Probably the best racing game on the PS1 in my opinion. And there is some other good games like Roll Cage. I really enjoyed that one, and Destruction Derby as well is a really good one. But I just think Crash Team Racing is the best one on the PS1. Fantastic racing game. Sort of really cemented the Crash Bandicoot Racing series, really, I think, which is why when it then got released on the PS2 in the form of Crash Tag Team Racing, Crash Nitro Kart, they did so well because this one really sort of gave people a good first impression of the racing series, so that really sort of made it a big success, I think. And that's it, guys. So I've shown quite a few games because I've only had the one PS1 show. I never got hold of a PS1 Slim. I don't know, I just never got round to getting one. They do look really good though. They look quite stylish and quite sleek, and I like the fact that they're quite small, so you can, they're easily portable. But no, I just got a PS1, and this is the 9002 series, so it's not got the bit at the back or anything, but don't need it, so it doesn't really matter. It's not in great condition, as I've already said, but it works fine. So yeah, that's my video response to snestastic. Thanks a lot for the question and everything, and I shall put up a video very shortly. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll chat to some of you guys soon.